You know, some of the bravest souls in radio are the hosts of the call-in talk shows. They never know from call to call what they're going to hear. Now, here's a quickie from Al Klein on the air at KWSS in San Jose, California, wishing he had never asked the question.
Are you interested in getting in radio?
Are you kidding? And end up like you guys?
Just your everyday friendly listener. Now, here's one of my favorites. It happened on KABC Radio in Los Angeles. Now, Jack Wells was hosting his very popular call-in show when a pregnant woman called in to ask if anybody knew how she could get rid of stomach gas without using medication of any kind. So Jack asked his listeners to call in if they had a suggestion. By the way, you're going to be hearing a little echo here due to the tape delay, but this was the result.
Jack Wells, hello.
Jack, I want to tell that lady how to get the gas off of her stomach without using any kind of medicine.
How do you do that, dear?
Well, you know, when women go to the hospital to have babies, the doctors have them do an exercise that's called a knee chest position.
Uh-huh.
You get on your knees, and then you put your chest down on the floor.
Yeah?
Now, Jack begins to get sort of a mental picture of what this lady's talking about, and he cut her off on the air just before she went on to use the four-letter word for passing wind. But it was too late for him to keep his composure. Listen to him break here.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Now listen to this laugh. The man's got a great laugh.
That's too much, huh? I'm sorry. We had to cut that conversation off. Oh, lady, wherever you are, bless your heart. You meant so well. We just couldn't go on with that Oh, boy. And the funny part of this, I couldn't find the button. I didn't think I was going to get it. KABC Open Line.
I love that man's laugh. Jack Wells giving an entirely new meaning to the phrase gas wars. Now, here's a phone conversation between radio personality Russ Van Arsdale and a gentleman who's trying desperately to explain the pronunciation of his name.
Do you pronounce that Cisneros?
Cisneros.
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 No.
Now, it's one thing not to be able to pronounce the name of a non-famous listener on the air, but something else again when you're trying to interview a politician whose name you should know. Phone show host Marv Gray found that out in this particular conversation.
All right, now we're honored to have on the line the former Prime Minister of Canada, John Diefenbacher. Good afternoon, sir.
That's not the right pronunciation either.
All right, I'm sorry.
Baker it is.
Diefenbaker, I'm sorry, sir. Mr. Diefenbaker.
Now, for sheer candor and brevity, this next piece got to take the award. If our previous caller was upset because his name was mispronounced, try this one on for size.
Is there someone we can speak to for information on that two-alarm fire?
Yes, ma'am. I can give you all the info you want.
All right, sir. Suppose you give me your name first so we can identify you.
My number is 55.
No, your name, sir?
I don't have no name.
You know, when it comes to call-in shows on the radio, my old friend Bill Balance is a one-of-a-kind. Due to the delicate nature of his subject matter, sometimes he gets a little more than he's bargained for, and he has to remove words before they get on the air. What you're going to hear now is what Bill hears in his ear, and it is duly censored on the air, of course, not meant for sensitive ears.
Frankly, my dear, was there much romance between the nurses and the doctors?
Quite a bit. Nurses have always been a very good quote-unquote lay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he said, let's get in the back seat and give me some head.
Oh. Name just one tiny rotten character flaw you may have.
I'm a bitch when I'm pregnant.
Oh, what a song title.
No, I wouldn't say we're shaped that way. The boys back home said like a brick shithouse.
I can hear the estrogen churning in your sweet pussy, your sweet pussy, your pussy willow vocal cords.
All right, you worthy.
Have to take that out.
That is ridiculous.
Uh-oh. Say rubber baby buggy bumpers, Estelle.
Go to hell.
That's a sample of the uncensored Bill Balance.
I think that was one of my former mothers-in-law. I don't know.